Hello everyone. I'd like to talk about my little apple seedlings. I had some pretty good success with them. I took them out of the fridge on the 16th, and I did exactly on the 16th. There's three types of apples. There's Granny Smith, the Red Delicious, and what's the other one? Gala, Royal Gala in here. So they were in the fridge from the February 9th. And I had lots come up, tons come up of each kind. The cherry, of course, didn't grow. I still haven't been able to get cherries to grow. Now, these guys are dampening off a little bit here. 100% my fault. Took these out of the fridge and I put them on the table. And then I got called into work. So I was working quite a bit for a while there. And they hit the top of the container. So I opened up the container and put another container over top so they wouldn't dry out too fast. And then I had to leave them again because I was still working. So now they're sort of used to the air. I just spritzed them before filming, but they're dampening off, so they definitely need to go in their own containers or in larger containers. And I'll try and separate them by kind, which I've got these twist ties there separating the seeds so I remember which ones are what. Yeah, 100% my fault that I'm losing any. But I don't know what I'll do with these anyways. I know the apples won't be true to form, but I'm not really after the apples, even though they'll be beautiful in the yard. The deer will like them. Yep. So yeah, we're gonna pot these up now. Alright, so I went ahead and got pots ready, or dollar store bowls. We've got green for Granny Smith, red for Red Delicious, and blue for the galas, since there's more galas than everything else. We just have to pull these seedlings out now and see how many viable ones we have. Let's see, I get just set up here. Whoop. Hopefully you don't tip over. There we go. And we'll pull some of these out. Maybe I'll move over. There. Oh, you guys can see. Now if I can get around all this here. There we go. And see if we can get a video up with little to no editing. So these are the Royal Galas over here. And we know we have some here that are dampened off. So we'll just pull those out. The worms in my worm bin will like these. And I think there's one other one there that's dampened off. So we know that's not going to survive. So we'll just take those out and not count them. That leaves us with, wait, let me check this one. Nope, there's another one. Okay, that one goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 at least, because this one looks like it's going brown. But we'll count it anyways, and we'll see what happens. So usually these guys transplant pretty nicely. They don't seem to be bothered by it. So we've got some good root, if the camera will focus here. There we go. Oh, sort of. There. So we got a bit of a taproot. So I'm not going to do any root work at all to these little guys. I'm just going to plant them as is. Just going to see how many viable ones are there first. And these grocery store ones are the ones that come in a bag like this from Walmart. I find that their seeds tend to be ones that grow the most. Where is this root going? There we go. That's a big long one. So this one here looks like it's dampening off. So since we have lots, we're just going to let that one go. Oh, there's one that's going orange too. It's not as bad as the other one. Maybe we'll give this one a go, but this one here, you can see that it's all shriveled up here. So that one probably won't make it. This one, I don't know, it might. We'll see. Derelict sprout down there. Look at that little guy. Just a new little sprout. Still under the dirt. We'll just take those leaves out there. That one's got a nice big root on it. Now I got myself all mixed up here. Pretty sure these three are gallows too. There we go. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we've got 11 galas. And we'll get them into this, or two of these pots anyways. We'll split them up. Not too hopeful about that one. So we'll go go 6 in this pot and 6 in the other pot and see what happens. Because I didn't count that little itty bitty one that was still in there. Straighten you guys up a little bit here, eh? Alright. Nothing fancy with these. No particular order, no rhyme or reason. Just last year I put my other ones in cups, like I did with the pomegranates. And it worked out fine because I replanted them right away, but I have so many cups going right now. I would just rather not have to water more because they need water quite a lot inside the house. Those little cups dry out pretty quick. Well, that wasn't very even now, was it? That's okay. We can thin them out later. These guys, they don't mind the transplanting. I transplanted my other ones a few times, and they didn't get bothered by it in the least bit. I'll just go get my spray bottle because I'm not organized today. I'm trying to get away with this while the puppy's sleeping. Alright, give those a thorough water after. But that's basically the gist of it. Those will be alright in there, probably for a whole season. Now, this one somehow already has a branch. Crazy! I'll put this little one in the middle and see what happens. And this one's sort of dampening off. We'll see what happens with that one. It's not as bad as the other one. It might have a chance. I tried to save the pomegranates that dampened off last time, and one survived. So we'll see. I'll give them a thorough water later as well. Alright, let's see how many of these. We got the green bin there, so we'll do the Granny Smiths next. Since the green bin's on top. There's only 3 of these guys. There's one. This one's dampened off, poor little thing. The roots like to stick in the ridges at the bottom of the container. So you gotta kind of follow them along so you don't lose any. There we go. So what I'll do, once these guys start to grow like I did with my last ones, I kind of picked favorites. So I picked out my favorite ones that were growing really neat. I like unusual and unique stuff, so I picked out the ones that were growing really neat. I kept 2 of the 12 that I had last year, and I gave the rest away as gifts to my friends. So I'll probably do the same thing here with these ones. apple trees overwinter okay outside here. So, and yeah, I'm just using regular potting soil for these guys, nothing fancy. And I'll keep them close to a bright window, but not in direct sunlight yet. I'll give them maybe a week or two. Yeah, probably just a week. Alright, now here's the Red Delicious. That'll go in the red container. Alright, there we go. Oh, this kind of goes all over. Now this one, I'm not sure if it'll make it. It's got really good root and really good stem on it, super thick, but the top has died. But we'll plant it anyway, see what happens. Not much on that one. Just starting. Look at that. No fine roots at all. Just starting to get its second set of leaves. These guys grew lanky because of where I had them. That's okay. They can start like that and come out quite nice later. You can see a lot of differences between the three types. There's a few similarities, but you can already see the differences. There we go. And we'll just check for any sprouts in there. There doesn't seem to be any more. I don't think the cherries are going to do anything. Yeah, there don't seem like there's any movement in them. They're not even split open. Maybe I'll wet them and leave them there. See what happens. I have them in a few containers. Be nice to get a cherry going, but we'll see. And we'll get those watered. All right. So these are my figs, and I lifted the container lid up a little bit, and I think I did it too quickly because some of them near the edge, the biggest ones, dried up. But they seem to be coming back, and more sprouted back here. I was kind of hoping they were done sprouting because this is like way more than I was expecting to live. But these are little figs. I took the seeds out of dried figs, sun-dried figs. And they've got second and third sets of leaves now. Can't wait to see them grow up. Well, there's even another brand new one down there. That's crazy. That's crazy. They're cute little leaves. Look at them new ones. Just coming up. Guess they knew I was going to start transplanting them. So yeah, I'm going to transplant them next. I just got to get some containers ready and some more soil mixed. Alright, I took the puppy out and got him settled back down again. So now I got the containers ready too. I'm going to use these same bowls. I wish I could find seed trays, but they're really expensive here, and you need like 3 or 4 of them for them to be strong enough to move. I'll have to make little stands for them, or I'll just have to make wooden pots. We'll see what happens in the future here. So now, I've never dealt with these before. I wasn't actually expecting anything to sprout. Otherwise, I probably would have sprouted them in a better container so that I could leave them longer. But that's the way it is. This is what we have. So let's see how they'll do. Maybe I'll transplant all these ones, and I'll leave these ones just in case. These are the ones that sort of dried up, so they're kind of stuck to the other ones. There we go. Oops. There. Well, we'll see what comes of those. One sprout came back pretty good, and the other one looks like it's drying, but it was my fault. They dried out there. I should do this on camera too. Try and split them apart. See what happens. Can't even tell the root system on these little tiny things. I thought they for sure they would be bigger like the pomegranates were, but nope, they're quite small. This is all an experiment for me, I guess, because I've never had these. Well, there we go. They came apart very easily. Wonderful. Now, we'll see about this little clump. I might even leave one of the clumps as a clump. Wonder how they'd be. Take all the algae off. This is a super duper shallow container, but I didn't know that they would actually sprout. They're crazy. And you can kind of see the root system on them because the container is shallow. It just kind of went out sideways. Let's see what we can do here. Got a little thing of aquarium water here. Just gonna see if that helps a little bit so I don't injure them. There we go. Oh, sorry, I didn't have that on camera. I'll do this one lower. Just trying to separate them. Very, very carefully. I'm not forcing too hard, let me tell you. There we go. And if they don't come apart, they don't come apart. That's it. That water helped. Let me do that again. There we go. There's another one. They're so tiny. There. All right. They hardly look like anything in the container. So I'm going to plant these so they don't dry up too badly. And I'm not sure how fast they grow or what they're about. There's not too much on them other than growing from cuttings. So I'm just going to treat them like I would treat all my other seedlings. And that's the one that dried out. And again, I'll likely just let them grow, do their thing, and I'll pick out some favorites as they grow. And go from there. Alright, so to keep the video shorter, I'm going to refill my spray bottle and get these planted, and then I'll bring you in at the end and show you everything after it's watered. So here are all the seedlings. And the apples, everybody's watered now. The figs, because they didn't like the dry air, I decided to cup them, which I did with the pomegranates when I first transplanted them as well. Gave them a little bit of a more humid start. And that little tiny clump, I decided to keep it together. So I took it out, I didn't touch it, I just planted the whole piece of dirt there with it. And we'll see what comes of that. Hopefully I get a couple survivors out of here anyway. That'd be nice. Now I just gotta put them up on the shelf somewhere. My hibiscus flowering again. Gorgeous flowers. Huge ones, small ones, non-stop. The other one's flowering now too. That was yesterday's flower. And my root over rock has an absolute ton of new roots everywhere. It's crazy. That moss worked fantastic. Try and see through that. Can't see through that, but just a little update. Thanks for watching, everyone.